Hey guys, so when I was stringing the Cobra and I got a shipment from Jimalax, I really started to notice the difference in their shooting strings, even though they're both under, I have their website pulled up here, under tipped laces and then just the top one, they're normal um, tipped, tipped laces. There's actually a big difference um, in the size, the feeling, the elasticity of their shooting strings. So I just wanted to show you what I think is going to be the best. Um, in terms of giving you guys the best pocket if it's mesh or custom or whatever it is. So I got four here of the kinds that I've used. I haven't really used their the fireworks or any of the crazier ones. But I probably should order a few of those to see it, because you never know that might be the best shooting string ever, and it's just because of the color you didn't try it. That's just silly. Just die the thing, pretty much. Um, so I'm gonna start out with their white one, which is this is what I used for years. I always used their white tip shooting strings. I always had color pockets, and I love the way white looks. You know, when you weave it through, it just looks so clean and just looks really great. But I found after I started doing some color pockets and really started changing up colors because, you know, Weston and all of his crazy colors, you know, he just makes you want to go out and have the most ridiculous stick in the world because it looks so awesome when it's done right. I started using other ones and I started finding that I really like the other ones better. And this is kind of like, for me, in terms of performance and really looks, is the worst in my opinion, which sucks because I really love white shooters in a stick. They look clean, they do, but they just don't have the same feel, and I'll explain why in a bit. But these measure 3/8 of an inch, and when you pull them tight, they even get smaller. So I don't like that. The second one in the line going up is this one. They're tricolored laces. They sent me one of these when I bought a bunch of monochrome stuff, which was very cool. You know, Jimalax is always awesome at sending you little freebies that get you thinking and get you into other products. And I haven't used this in any of my sticks, but I've seen a few where this is the top shooting string, and then they have like two black ones or two gray ones underneath. And I actually think it looks really awesome. At first, I didn't really care for them, but now I've seen it, and there's a few people that have done it really tastefully, and I think they're pretty cool. And especially in mesh, they really jazz up some white mesh. I said jazz up. To be pretty cool. My only thing I don't like about them, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's hard. They kind of dip in and out, dip in and out, dip in and out, dip in and out. And I think that's because when it's woven, I think the black's a little bit tighter because of the yarn dye. I'm thinking. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. So I don't know how it's gonna look when it's in a stick. I've seen photos of it and it hasn't really adjusted it, but it looks kind of sloppy in my opinion compared to the other ones. But they're in the middle ground. They're you know just over 3/8 of an inch. You know they're like I don't know what's that like 7/16. And they're really dense. They do stretch a lot though, which is gonna give it I'd say they have medium stretch. Give the stick a little bit more hold, and also it's going to be snappy, but it might add whip because they don't give as much as the colored laces do. But you know, it's always about tightness of the shooting string. But they're a good option. They're right in the middle in terms of width, and they're very dense. They're actually the most dense out of all of them. So they're not bad, not bad. Now my favorite one is definitely the colored tipped laces. Here's a gray one, and here's a black one. Black's just hard to see right now, so I'll grab the gray one, but the black one's my favorite, and I'll explain why. These are a 1/2 inch, so they're pretty big. And but when you pull them, they shrink, but they're very plush, which I like. So when you're weaving them through, they have a really really nice look to them. Because they're thick, and so when you pull them through like littler holes, they really cinch and come out really nicely, and giving the stick a lot of rigidity at the top. But also since they stretch and have good elasticity, it's going to make that pocket feel really nice. It's going to be smooth yet have a little bit of a snap to it, which I really like in my sticks, especially a tight one of these right underneath that nylon. Makes it not hit off that nylon and really gives you that snap out of your stick that's going to let you do really, really, really horizontal passes. Which are my favorite to do. I had two in this week's game, and I really loved them. Two great assists that were just cross crease, beautiful passes. Um, I really like these. These are definitely my favorite, just because of their width, the elasticity, and the way they look in the stick. And the color gives it a little bit of flair, but not too much. So I've been getting into them more and more. So, but my favorite is by far the black one. Not because I like black, even though I love black. I think when they're dyed, it's almost like they're over dyed, like when you dye fabric or a garment, and you really got to keep it in there to soak up as much dye as possible, and it gets kind of crunchy. It loses its like softness, and that's how these feel. So I feel like when Jimalax maybe dyes them, they get crunchy like this. But what it does is it gives them they're a little bit harder, giving it a cool middle ground between being dense and being stretchy and being soft at the same time. So I really like that because when you string it, they look tough, and they also give them a lot of hold to the ball because they don't really push in. They kind of when they lay them flat, they're really how can I explain it? They kind of hold the ball a little bit more than just pushing the string out of the way, and that gives them a little bit of stiffness, which I like. And the white ones have no stiffness; they're just very soft, very dinky, and I don't think they add a lot of hold to the stick. This one actually might hold the most hold because it's the most stiff, but I think it's also going to add whip because it doesn't stretch as much. This is, I think, the best of both worlds. So that's my 2 cents. I feel like you guys, if you want to get into stringing and you want to make the best stick you can, order a few of these. Like they go from like 66 cents to like $1 or something, or even cheaper than that. Order 4 or 5 of them, or send Jimalax a thing if you put an order saying, "Oh, can I check out one of your striker or one of your firework ones?" And normally they'll just throw them in for you. Because shooters actually do more than you think they do. Like everyone says, a good pocket should throw without shooters, which I totally believe. But shooters do a lot. They add a lot of hold. They really let you tweak things, and they're important. And they're important to have good ones in there. Yeah, so that's everything I wanted to say. And if I find anything else out more or my opinions change, I'll let you guys know. But this is my go-to right now. And if you can't do black, use the other ones. The other just plain ones. I really like the thickness of them. And if you guys have anything, like if you've tried the fireworks and you can measure them and tell me what they feel like, do a response video. That'd be awesome. To open up a little forum on this. Because I think it's important. And I think it's important to know the difference. Because, hell, I used these forever. And then it took someone like Weston to be like, you know what, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And then I get it, and I'm like, what the hell have I been using all this time when I could have had something so much better in my stick? So this video is kind of long to explain on shooters. You guys can see how adamant I am about stringing. But so that's that. And thank you guys very much for actually watching these things and commenting on them. And if you guys have any response to any of this, let me know. If I can answer any more questions about shooting strings, let me know. Have a good night.